Hey, yo, what's up?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Guys, welcome back to another episode of No Filter in Paradise, Aruba's favorite.
You know the podcast, baby.
Hey, guys, today we have a special guest on the show. Honestly, I didn't think we were going to get him because he's only on the island for about 48 hours and he's bouncing off to Suriname. But we got the one, the only, the myth, the legend.
Wait, hold up. DJ Chucky's in the house.
Hey. I don't have the sound effects yet. I'm still learning how to work with this, so I don't know what the sound effects are.
Okay, wait. I have to say, first things first. We got to talk about real quick. I mean, it's last night. For those of you who are watching, I don't know when you're gonna see this, but last night, okay, we had a good, really great party, right?
Yeah.
And we're in the VIP, and we heard that sound of DJ Chucky's in that. I swear to God, I thought it was Samil saying that. We were like, why is Samil repping him so gay? Like, he's like really in it.
Wait,
like,
what?
I really thought it was you. After when he played it again and it was like, it kept repeating and I was like, oh God, it's not Samil.
DJ Chucky's and DJ Chucky, DJ Chucky.
But it was a vibe. Like, I love that
definitely.
sound. It was super sick. It was super dope.
They kept feeding us a bunch of shots.
Oh yeah. I always use that soundbite.
It's sick. It's
That's
so
my own
sick.
recording. Yeah.
It's obviously
sick.
it's your own voice, huh?
Obviously.
It's very easy nowadays. Nowadays, like, you don't need an MC.
You don't need nobody.
Hey, put your hands up. All right, record it, put it in. All right, hey, yo, DJ Chucky's in the house. Record it, put it in.
Yeah, that's what I basically did. Yeah.
So basically, I'm losing my job. Is what you're saying.
Welcome to computers, baby.
I know. I'm gonna have to change my career. That's why I'm doing podcasting now.
Let's go.
You guys gonna get replaced by AI.
Hey.
100%. The way things are going, sometimes I write shit down. Like if I need like our contract that I made for one of our sponsors. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Chat GTP wrote that contract for me,
Guys.
and I just made a few. I made a few adjustments.
I'm scared of that shit. I'm trying to sign up, but I'm scared.
Why?
Because I feel like that's like we're feeding a robot like to end of the world. I don't know.
You know who you
It's
sound like? Tori, my girlfriend.
I swear to God, like every time I try to sign up, I'm like, I'm gonna tell this thing every single thing is gonna know exactly how to kill me. Like,
all right, chat.
We had a Christmas dinner, and I had to write these thank you notes for my friends. But I was kind of running late, you know, and I wanted to do like something special.
Yeah.
And I just got the ChatGPT account. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it.
Write me something nice.
Write me something nice to thank my friends, and then boom, 15 seconds later, I had something. Send it to my assistant. Like this is what we're using.
Done.
Copy paste.
Done. She's
Guys,
like,
you heard it here first.
beautiful.
She's like, this is really good. I'm like, I know, I did my best.
I really, I had a glass of wine, light a candle, was sitting in my bathtub, writing on my laptop.
Fuck you.
I even had one of my friends telling me afterwards, like, yo, your words were so inspiring. I'm like, I know.
Oh my God.
I know, bro.
They're not gonna believe anything you say. If I ever get a letter from you, and I'm like, this motherfucker be lying to me, huh? Like, did you really write this? Can you call me and say it word by word?
Nah, that's hilarious. That's crazy.
No, man, that's great. No, I can never say
Chat
GTP.
GPT.
GP.
Anyways, that AI. No, that's even like with pictures and shit. Like, even eventually, it's gonna take over music as well. Like,
Oh, 100%.
I'm gonna be a producer. Like,
And I can't wait.
like ghost producing, you're all gonna be out of business.
Yeah.
Like, just get an AI. Like, make me this with bubbling and this, but it sounds with Chucky's voice. Done.
So it starts with DJ Chucky.
In the house.
Boom.
Done.
Switch.
Did Chucky make that? Nope, AI did. And they're like, fuck.
They don't know.
Nah, man. But hey, before we jump into some questions, I have like one of the first questions I want to ask. I'm sure some people know, but some people don't know. Is where did the Chucky name come from? What is your actual name? So
My name is Clyde.
Yeah, and where did Chucky come from?
Where did Chucky come from? It was like I was inspired by ID&T. Back in the days, ID&T is one of the biggest promoters in the world. They did parties like Sensation, but also Tomorrowland, Mysteryland. And they was promoting all these hardcore hardstyle kind of events. And they would have like Hellraiser, stuff like that,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then would have like a headlining DJ in that same vibe. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. So we started this party called Child's Play, and then obviously Chucky was the DJ.
Yeah.
You know, but also it kind of fitted my persona. You know, I was kind of a rascal when I was young.
Were you?
Yeah,
What kind of, explain a little bit. What were you like? How was your childhood like?
my childhood was fun, man.
Troublemaker on the streets? Like, yo.
I was troublemaker, but then again, I was like really short, and all my friends were like tall. So
Oh,
I got away with everything always.
Not me.
No, not me.
Look at me. I'm young, small, and innocent.
But
Exactly.
speaking of, you were born in Suriname.
Born in Suriname.
So how old did you come here? Were you when you were living in Aruba?
So at the age of 7, we moved to Holland. And then my dad was living in The Hague, my mom in Amsterdam. So I would go back and forth. Kind of grew up in both cities.
Yeah, nice.
And eventually I stuck in The Hague. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I lived in Amsterdam till I think my 20th. Something like that.
And you lived in Aruba for a little bit too.
Lived in Aruba for a little bit. I think about a good 6 years. Still have the house here, but a good 6 years. But as soon as the pandemic started, I'm like, I ain't staying on no island. I don't know what's gonna happen to the world. I'm out.
Is that why you left?
Sorry?
Is that why you-
Well, I was already going back and forth to Holland.
Yeah.
And then when the pandemic started, I was like, you know what?
We need to
Fuck
get
going back and
we
forth.
need to go back to Holland.
Yeah, we're gonna stay somewhere where it's kind of stable.
So basically, if the pandemic didn't happen, you'd probably still be living here.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, I didn't. I just thought you were like, okay, I'm done with Aruba.
I didn't even know
Like,
you lived here. I didn't.
No.
What?
No.
You really don't? You didn't go out or nothing like that.
Motherfuckers
No,
have
but for
nice
me,
house.
it was convenient traveling to the States. I mean, Miami is
it's
a
a-
2-hour, 20-minute
And
flight.
Suriname's right there too.
Yeah, exactly. So I would, like, for example, if I had my gig in Vegas on a Friday, I would leave Friday morning, fly to Atlanta to...
Where did you have a gig in Vegas?
Sorry?
Where did you have a gig in Vegas?
Where did I have a gig
Yeah.
in Vegas? I started my residency. My first residency started at Marquee.
The Cosmopolitan.
I'd say 2010.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Sick.
And then I did a bit of Omnia. I went back to Marquee because that's like my home for Vegas,
Yeah.
Dope. You know, like it's a funny story. You probably don't remember this because you go to Vegas a lot. But I was in Vegas one time for a conference, and then you were happened to be there, and then Eldrick Nuts Beats like, yo, you should meet up with Clyde.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, man, like, no, I can't. Like, to be a pussy, just go and party with this guy. I'm like, cool, like, just text him, and if he says okay, I'll run to the Cosmopolitan. I was with some friends, but I went for like some marketing conference in Vegas. Anyways, you said yes, sure, come by. And I remember I was like fucking excited, running all these fucking people with the stripper, like, hey, strippers. Anyways, I was running. And I went to the Cosmo, and then I met up with you. I remember Luke was your road manager at that time.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, we're gonna go to the Marquee Club. We're walking through the casino, and we bumped into some friends of mine. And I remember you gave them you had a VIP section in the Marquee, and you gave them your VIP section. Anyways, I was partying with these guys, and I remember you like grabbing them like, we got Aruba in the building. I was like, yo, that's me. And they're like, yo, Aruba, send me to get to the stage. I'm like, whoa, what? And I'm like, yo, made me look fucking cool at that time because my friend's like, yo, Sammy, that's you. I'm like, and then I remember I think you were maybe drunk too because you were feeding me shots and you were kind of fucked up.
If it's a Vegas story, it's a drunk story.
100%. Hey, it gets better. And then you passed me the mic. I was like, this is when I just started emceeing. Like, I was like, I don't know, what do I say? At some point, I think I told the same story at Steve Andreas.
I think you did.
And then I think like 5 minutes in, whoever was the manager or whatever just shut off my mic, or turned off my mic, and I was like, I have no idea that the fucking sound was fucking gone,
He was
man.
done with your ass. He was like, shut the fuck up.
No, but for me, I'm sure I have the video somewhere in one of my old hard drive, but that was definitely a really nice experience for me because that was for me like first time like holding a microphone in a big fucking club in Las Vegas. I'm like,
Chucky did that.
dude,
It's good for your resume.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm just delete the part of 5 minutes emceeing. Just like, yeah, I am sitting in the Marquee Club. And then the night was over. And then I don't know what we were talking about. And I said, I said something about a strip club or whatever. And you're like, wait, you never been to a strip club? I was like, never. Get the car. We're going to Spearmint Rhinos. I'm like, wait, what? And I got into a car, and then you actually took me to my first ever like strip club experience in my entire life.
I think he's lying, bro.
I
think he's
swear
lying.
to God. Ask Luke.
I don't think he's
He's
lying.
lying and he's putting me on the spot.
No, I swear to God, it's a great
He's
fucking...
dragging me into his
Listen,
story.
it's a great story. I got to MC in Vegas. I went to my first strip club ever in my life because you're like, nah, you need to have an Vegas experience.
Wait, did we make it rain? I can't remember.
No, listen, I didn't know what to do. So I just go like this, and then like you literally came like to me like, send me here. Like $300 in singles. Go fucking have fun. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then this big black chick, a bit like dancing on me. I'm like, what do I do? Like, I'm like, I was nervous, bro. I was.
You white boys, y'all just kill me.
Nah, man.
That's the funny part. When I go to strip clubs in Vegas, or just go to strip clubs, I always make sure everybody has fun, and I hardly get like lap dance. That's weird.
Yeah, you just sit in the corner,
right?
You're sitting in the corner, just having a drink.
Enjoying.
I'm getting a lap. Luke was just chilling over there, dancing with some girl. There was one more guy. Was one of your other securities, I think. Some massive muscular guy too. Always like, and I'm just like, I'm like the young white boy. Like, I don't know what to do. And the girl, I think the girl saw like easy target.
Of course they know.
He just snatched that fucking money out of my hand. I'm like, I don't know.
Of course they know.
And then we ended up having breakfast, and I was like, yo, I need to go because my conference started 2 hours ago. It was like 9 a.m. I was like, I need to go. My conference started. I'm like, and I didn't see you after that. You guys, I went back to the hotel, and you went God knows wherever the
I went to the after party. No, I probably went sleeping or something.
Most likely.
Damn.
Yeah. But that was like that's definitely one of my great Chucky stories that I have with you, man. Definitely.
Vegas, baby.
Fucking great, dude. You gotta.
Yeah, but it's crazy how evil that place is. I call it evil.
It's a good time though.
It's a good time.
Great stories.
But everything can happen. Like, I feel like that's Vegas.
And then the hard part is to, eventually it's still my job. So, so I go there with a certain purpose. I have to be serious about it. But
100%.
And always after the job, it's like, okay, let's have fun.
Let's have fun. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. You meet so many different people. So everybody is in I want to party with, like.
Yeah, well, that's also I think it's the upside and the downside of my job. Like every place I visit, people are in that exact state, like in that mood, like already. So if I go from here to Suriname, it's gonna be exactly that,
Your life is constantly like party. Like you never have a chill time.
But that's nightlife.
Well, I did a lot of touring and never really had the chill time indeed. And then later on, I started building in more like extra days. Yeah. Do that kind of stuff, because you need it.
You burn out. If you just keep going like that, like constantly nonstop, at some point you're like, same shit every day. Yeah. I don't enjoy it anymore. Like, if you take a break, relax, and you go back in, like, I missed this.
No, but imagine, I literally went to Jamaica and didn't see Jamaica, if you know what I mean.
That's exactly.
I came like late night and I left early flight in the morning, so I didn't really see Jamaica.
So your passport just has the stamp, but you basically didn't get the Jamaica experience at all.
No, been to Jamaica 20 times, never even saw the country.
Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
So like, I want to go back a little bit in time with you. Like, who got you involved in DJing, and how did you what was your starting point? Like, ooh, I want to do this.
My best friend, we were in the same class, was like a DJ. And then one time I helped him set up the equipment for the school party he was doing. And then he allowed me to connect everything. And I was going to sound check. And by accident, I mixed 2 records together. I'm like, what the fuck? And that moment was so magical. So after the party, I kind of went home, started collecting everything, see whatever I could work with. And kind of started my whole journey there, I wasn't sure if I was going to, take it serious or not. And at a certain point, I remember I spent my bus money. I went to the record store with my bus money and I bought this record. And I'm like, yo, if you're going to buy this record, you better be pretty sure about this. I mean, it was a $40 decision,
No, I mean, but back then it's a little bit different.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, you better be fucking serious about this because your mom is going to kill you. First of all, I didn't tell her because, so what I did, because I spent my bus money for like the whole month, I sacrificed and I started walking every day. It's like 45 minutes walking back and forth. Because I couldn't tell her that I wasn't going with the bus, but with the bus,
Get a bicycle.
And Suriname parents are very on it.
Yeah, and it was kind of hard because even when I wanted to buy my first mixer, it was like roughly, let's say, €50. It was like 110 guilders, Dutch guilders. And I was allowed to do like a down payment for 25 guilders. So like that's like not even €10, something like that. Yeah. And it took us 3 months to pay off that mixer. So, but it was, so my mom really believed, she saw the passion in my eyes and I'm like, okay, I'm going for it.
I'm tying this to like the Steve Andreas interview we did last week. It's when you have a parent that like believes in what you do, like Steve, the same thing. Yeah. Steve's parents believed in him. Look at where he is today. Your mom believed in you. look where you are today.
Yeah, definitely.
So it kind of shows you, like, if your family does not support you, like, yo, come on, keep pushing.
Yeah, you need that support.
You
Kanye
need
with
to.
Donda, like the way Kanye moves when you watch that documentary on Netflix, even the way his mom used to just support him. She would like Donda would be on everything, like, oh Kanye, you did that so great. Like she was such an inspirational mom, like so instrumental in your life, and you clearly see how those things turn out. So
Yeah, and it's hard because you're young and you try to combine it with school, and obviously your mind is like all over the place. You don't want to pay attention. So I was happy, like after I graduated, then I went full time, and it's
How old were you?
18, something like that.
You were like, okay, fuck it, let's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all or
yeah.
nothing.
I had my diploma. I had like a driver's license. I just turned 19, by the way. Had my driver's license, had a diploma. I was ready to go, and all I had was like faith in myself. Like I believed I could do this. And the funniest part is that back then there was no blueprint for like a superstar DJ or anything. No. Like I was thinking, my biggest dream was like, oh, I can't wait to play at events like clubs, and that's as big as I could dream. Never knew that you could literally go global with this.
Yeah.
and it's so funny because like you mentioned that, and like your name gets to come up like when people search of like your name was part of creating a new genre, which is like the dirty trance.
Yeah, the dirty.
If
Dutch
you look that
definitely,
up, it's like Chucky is one of those main names that created that. Like,
yeah, and even I guess it's the area I grew up in, and has everything to do with that. Because even for let's say styles like bubbly music, I was one of the let's say founders or something. So that's also fun. So I'm also part of let's say Dutch urban music history.
Yeah, like kind of like putting it on the map a little bit, or at least giving it the roots. So it can flourish
exactly.
from
starting
there.
it up, yeah.
And back then, you're just doing whatever, and you have no clue that it could impact or have so much impact, actually. So
Okay, flex real quick. How does it feel? Like
afterwards,
like
no.
just take it
Show
like
it.
flex.
No,
Like for real,
definitely,
like
it's dope. Like I said, so as being part of urban music in Holland, also being part of electronic music at a certain, at a certain stage, it's great.
100%.
At least
you kind of like look back and be like, "Fuck, I'm so happy I did this."
yeah.
Not to flex on it, but like you get to live a lifestyle that
it's a flex. You work hard for
people
it.
don't.
Flex.
Yeah, I know. A lot of sacrifices, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's like I said, I could not imagine that we could take it this far as an industry itself. Of course, now kids that want to turn or become a DJ or producer, they see the blueprint. There is David Guetta, there is Tiesto, and you name it. There's Armin van Buuren. So you could like, hey, I want to be like that.
And then you just kind of like go.
But
see
back
like what
then
they
we
did.
didn't have that.
No, there was like almost. Was it even internet back then?
Yeah.
Internet's been around, but not for.
I'm just saying, like,
not like that,
as
no.
in, like,
Not like that.
could you go on and be like, oh, let me just look it up? Like, you couldn't find anything. Just like, you have to just do the work and see if it works or not.
The only thing, and that's how I think I got my inspiration is through records. I would buy records and then look at the credits.
like
so
legit, like the fucking vinyls.
Yeah. So I would always read the credits. Like if I buy a record and I go with the tram back home,
You'll be reading in the
I'd
back.
be reading the credits and stuff. And guys like Kenny Dope, Armand Van Helden, those were like, my
Big guys, yeah.
Yeah, my biggest inspiration as well. Especially Kenny Dope because he was doing hip-hop productions and house music productions at the same time. So I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's dope. I'm gonna try this.
Do you
So
think-
is it-
Do I twist the cap?
Yeah, twist the cap. Big shout out to our sponsors.
Well, actually, I'll tell you. Yesterday, they were like, "Yo, you want to try this?" I'm like, "Is it another 0.0 beer?" I do drink those, and I quite enjoy them. She's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, this is probably like a light or something." I actually enjoyed it.
Like it too.
Yeah.
I really do like it.
So
on a
if
hot
you guys
day,
see this, send me a case.
trust me,
Cheers.
I'm gonna clip it and I'm gonna make sure they fucking get it. No, honestly, I really do like this beer. It's
I like it too.
It's like on a fucking hot day, you crack one like nice ice cold.
I feel like I want to do like a barbecue, and then use this one.
I almost have.
Why not?
Wait, like do like some fajitas.
Heineken silver infused
There
barbecue.
you go. Steal that idea from us, guys. Go ahead.
Well, that's what we do, when we barbecue, we throw a little beer on the meat.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man, it's a thing, man.
Oh, I don't cook.
I never knew why, but it's like in Suriname, it's It's almost like a macho thing, like throw a little beer on your chicken. But it has a purpose because it keeps the meat tender.
Yeah, also for the sauce.
Yeah.
You get a flavored sauce.
Chucky, I don't cook for shit. I have an air fryer at home.
Oh yeah, this is Mr. Air Fryer.
I'm like air fryer or the oven, just throw it in there, cook French fries, burger in there, and then go take a shower, come back, food's ready. Like,
I love cooking, man. Especially in the pandemic, bro. I was cooking every day.
didn't have a choice.
No,
What
it's
did
not
you
that
do?
I had the time to
You
cook.
had the time,
know?
yeah.
And
So what did you do in the pandemic? Because how this?
man, the pandemic.
I hope we don't get fucked because YouTube's gonna be like, you can't be talking about.
Nah, it's all
No. So what? So the first part of the pandemic, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Traveling is done, everything is done. So I started to get in shape. If you look at my pictures from the beginning of the pandemic, I was ripped, like super in shape. I was doing like every morning. My routine was like 5 kilometers running and then 15 kilometers on the bike every morning. And then after that, I would go like to kickbox practice.
Damn.
So I was good for the first half of the pandemic. And then my friends, we were like one time, because I was building my studio and I had a second floor. And my friends like, yo, man, should we just throw a little some? I'm like, yeah, why not? So, we invited a bunch of people. We had music set up, everything. We had drinks. After that party, he was like, yo, we got to do it again. I'm like, yes, let's do it. So we started doing, so week after we did it again. And then at a certain point, he's like, yo, we can't be just spending our money just buying drinks for people. He's like, yo, we're going to charge them or something.
Yeah. Cover charge.
Yeah, something like that, But
You want to come in? Yeah, 50 euros.
it's like a BYOB,
Yeah.
So second half of the pandemic, we just had fun, bro. We just partying, and that's where it all went downhill.
Like, hey, bro, when I was fit, yeah, me neither. Like, nah.
Yeah, so I was basically enjoying. To be honest, I really enjoyed the pandemic. It sounds kind of
I had
spoiled.
the best time.
I agree. Super quiet, relaxed, time for yourself.
Yeah.
Like a de-stress from all the bullshit you got to go through in life.
Time
like,
to reflect.
100% go to the. Well, that's what Shark's doing every day now. This guy goes to the beach every morning with a speaker. Probably lays butt naked on the
3
beach.
times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking.
And now I can't unsee it.
just picture him in a thong.
No way.
Fuck off. The best we ever.
But
Fuck off.
I wanted to know who was the person that, because I think in this industry, there's always one person that gives you that one big break. Like, here, Chucky, I'll give you a chance, and that's what makes you like, who the fuck is this guy? What was that moment for you?
So I went to this place in The Hague. There was this legendary a night in The Hague. It was a bubbling night, and DJ Morche, the legendary DJ Morche, he was playing that party. That's where he kind of created the whole sound, right? And the space was called Voltage. And so another DJ that played there, DJ Many, which is the dad of DJ Martina from Holland. He was like my big brother, and he would take me to that night. And then one night he's like, yo, you can play, man. So I DJed a little bit there, and then the owner came up to me. He's like, yo, Chucky, man, that's sick. Can you play this Saturday?
Shit.
So I went to his place, and he's like, yeah, if you want to play next Saturday, we could do this. I'm like, yes, Uncle Jimmy, I would love to do it, but I don't have enough records. And the guy simply gave me like 750 guilders to buy records, to go buy records. He's like, yo, go buy records, come play, and whenever you get the chance, you can give me the money back. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to give him the money because he passed away. So I felt.
Oh shit.
And that's why I started so I thank everything to, I owe it to Uncle Jimmy. And that's why, as a homage to him, like I pay homage through the event I call Voltage.
Yeah.
So it's like bubbling inspired. And that's because of this story, yeah.
Aw, that's so nice.
That's a little sad. Like, you're always going to have that, like, fuck, I can never give it back to him.
Yeah, exactly. So this is my way of,
giving back, like a thing.
Back,
it's kind of like you're keeping, his name alive through your events.
Exactly. And that's the whole purpose of this whole event.
And what were you getting paid back in the day when you first started? Like, what was like your first check? Like 10 euros?
Well, not even. I remember one of the first official big gigs, me and a friend, we were doing, it was like 1,200 guilders, so let's say 600 euros, still a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we had to bring everything ourselves, equipment, speakers and such. So,
shit.
But it's the feeling of getting such a paycheck we were like, yo, what are we gonna do with all this money?
I'm like, I don't know, we're rich.
We're rich, bro. We're rich. But in the early days, I would say, I don't know, somewhere between 250 and 1,000 or something.
Okay.
Something like that, maybe.
Yeah, because I'm always curious to know, like, how everybody. First of all, everybody in the industry starts for free.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Well, you start
Everybody. And then you start making your first paycheck, and you're like, bro, I fucking made it. Let's go. 100 euros, let's go.
Yeah.
But then you start growing more, and like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then that leads me to the question: so now we know like how you started.
Yeah, so it was like around, I would average that maybe. And then at a certain point where I really kind of gained name in the Netherlands, it was, I'd say, maybe, I don't know, 2000 or something. But then Holland is such a great place for it. You could literally do like 300 gigs a year, you know? So imagine...
You make 2,000 per gig and you do 300 out of the year.
Well, there you go.
Do your fucking sum.
So eventually, that's a lot of money still, you know. So it was good. It was early days, huh?
I know. Now it's a few extra zeros behind it. What's the biggest paycheck you got for one gig?
The biggest paycheck?
Yeah.
A milli.
Wait, what? Like for real?
Yeah.
Like $1 million.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I heard this.
Yeah.
Abroad, you had to go to somewhere
yeah.
far.
I had to go. I did New Year's Eve twice.
Yeah.
What?
It was a double.
I know you
Yeah,
did
yeah.
that, but I didn't know it was for $1 million.
Yes.
Huh. Oh,
And in case people want to rob me, I already spent it. So
Those days are over.
Yo, let's go.
It's like the 1,200 guilders. It's gone, bro. It's gone, bro. I had fun.
But what was that?
Assets.
Huh?
No.
What was that party about then? Like, because that's fucking okay. First of all, it's $1 million. You spend two New Years in like one night.
That's the crazy part.
That
Not
is
even $1 million. But the crazy part is you get to
experience.
spend New Year's Eve twice. So we started December 26th. I had to show up at the private aviation section of LA airport. So I get there, I see a private Boeing 747.
What the fuck?
Ready to roll. So we go. I didn't even know where we were going. Turned out we were going to Sydney.
Dude, the suspense, man.
No fucking way. You just didn't
Sydney,
know?
Australia. So imagine a Boeing 747, big ass plane with just 50 to 60 people.
That's a fucking big plane.
And I'm talking about Jonah Hill. I'm talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm talking about what's his name again? The comedian.
Stop.
Which one?
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
But so we went there.
Damn.
Spent New Year's Eve there on a private on a yacht, and we left the yacht around 1:30 ish. Got on a plane, flew back to Vegas, arrived in Vegas on December 31st, 9 p.m.
No,
Bro, this is fucking
way.
crazy. And that is so. I literally. It's funny because if I go back on my Instagram, I literally posted the January 1st already, and then I posted the
January 1st again.
and then I posted it December 31st.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah. Like,
Well, that is-
I'm
well-
sure my Instagram was like all confused.
Something's going on. The algorithm was like, yo, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
But dude, that's fucking insane. Like,
That is sick.
but you're right. That is way crazier than getting just $1 million. Because
Yeah.
how many people can say, yeah, I celebrated New Year's twice in one day?
With a plane full of
Fucking
top
celebrities.
celebrities.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, man. It's,
Okay, wait. What was the conversation like in the plane? Like at this point, like, what are we talking about? Like, Jamie Foxx,
Bro,
like, is he cracking a joke somewhere?
I'll tell you the vibe. We had no speakers. So Leo goes. He grabs the how you call it the speaker phones, the ones you talk to for
like the cones?
The intercoms.
yeah,
intercoms.
yeah, no, the big one.
Oh,
like
the megaphones.
The megaphones. Thank you.
No, stop. Like,
So
with the phone.
his phone against the megaphone.
No way.
Would
We are
you know,
partying on the
pump it
plane,
up?
smoking cigarettes on a plane.
It's basically like when you're rich
In
and
the
famous,
air.
anything is fucking
Yeah.
possible. And like,
Getting-
guys, no smoking on the plane unless you're A-list celebrity and make $1 million. Then please do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Yeah, and but that's funny because those kind of stories makes me like I can't be impressed by somebody that really shows off.
Yeah.
Because I've seen such crazy shit. I'm like, okay, dude, come on.
But don't you feel spoiled now? A little bit? Like,
Kind of ish. No, I feel
I gotta
well
sit in economy
experienced.
class. What's that?
I feel well experienced.
But like with stuff like that, like doesn't that like automatically raise your net worth to like a certain of like, no, I can't. I'm in this doing this right now. I can't charge people.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody can see Chucky now.
Yeah, yes and no, because eventually, you don't start for the money. You start for having a good time, Like, I really enjoy going to the islands, playing on the islands. Like, I just left Miami. I mean, here I am in Aruba, going to Suriname and Curacao. And those are things I do not for the money or something,
No.
You have a passion for it. Like, it brings you enjoyment.
And it's kind of dangerous if it does affect your way of thinking when you don't want to do certain shit no more. But I always kind of keep myself grounded when it comes to these things. And that's why I still enjoy the smaller gigs as well. And you know me, man. I could party anywhere, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to party like from Singing Frogs as well back in the days.
Yeah. So to me, it's I always kind of keep the focus on my passion.
Of course.
Even though these stories are crazy, stuff like that, or Britney Spears jumping out of a birthday cake, stuff like that.
What?
Yeah.
You got to see all of that.
I'm looking at myself. I'm trying to picture like the whole scenario. I'm
who was there? What was happening? Like that's where my mind goes automatically. Like, what is everybody freaking? Like, I am here watching all of this happen right now. Like,
dude, I went to the restroom, and I looked left. I was with my friend. I looked to the right. I saw one of the guys from the cast of The Hangover, the movie. The Bradley something.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper?
Is that his name? Bradley
think
Cooper?
so, yeah.
The tall one. Yeah.
Tall one, yeah. Bradley Cooper.
I'm
yeah.
like,
what the
oh
fuck?
shit. And I was like,
They're like, yeah, I'm bigger.
like I'm bigger. I'm good.
I'm the biggest in the room. It's all good.
let me shake this shit off.
I was shaking it off like,
Sorry, buddy. That wasn't my hand, though. Just so you know.
yeah, man.
No, dude, that is a story that you were fucking tell forever.
I have stories where I signed NDAs for, or,
Yeah.
Of course.
because it is just that sensitive. But it's something that
Damn.
should be written in a book.
Please, you know what you should do? Write a book.
I am
You
Write it. Write
you
it.
can't do that.
Yeah, write it.
Yeah.
Give it to your lawyer. And when the day you pass away, you fucking release that shit. Like, yo, I'm already I'm already dead. So you know what?
No, but I mean, I could leave out some names or something.
No,
but
100%.
I'm thinking about doing like a book.
Oh, you should. I mean, listen to this. Like, you have something to tell. Clearly, there's a story to tell.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
And there's like a bunch of those stories.
But I feel like, come on, that one is like,
I don't think so. I think
I
there's
don't think you can top
I think
it.
there are things
no,
to
there's
top
stories
it.
that can top it
I
easily.
think
But
there's
there's
things to
NDAs?
top it. If you've been on a plane with these people, there are stories to top it. For sure.
Well, there's one story. Like, I don't need to mention his name because it's not even relevant. But there's a story where I'm like, so the client, as we just call him, didn't show up to the private island, and I was there stuck with like 150 models on the Maldives. And they're like, I'm like, yo, what am I doing? They're like, you could stay for 5 days. And I'm there.
I'm like,
with barely Wi-Fi on the Maldives.
I don't know what I would do.
Stuck with a bunch of artists, and
Hi,
we're just
guys.
there. Yeah.
I mean, did you have a phone, like pictures, nothing?
I do have pictures.
Okay, but what happened on that island?
Nothing happened. No, we played Monopoly,
Twister.
Twister.
Ja, mensen herkennen die. Meisjes pakken de jongens.
Why am I thinking about Naked Twister?
Hey, you said it, not me, okay? I didn't think about it, but I was like,
it's crazy, man. I've seen crazy shit. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I'm not gonna lie. In my mind, I'm like, this is where I want to be.
I don't know if I want to be there.
No, as in like, I want to be. I want to be like telling the I want to be on a fucking plane with Jamie motherfucking Foxx, spending 2 New Years in one day.
Then
That's the one,
dedicate yourself to your craft.
I know.
That's it. That's what it's about.
It just blows my mind. I didn't know about
Yeah,
this.
there's one video you should see, like,
it
because
online?
sometimes you tell a story and people are like, yeah, whatever,
course. Yeah,
cap,
yeah.
it's all cap.
Yeah.
And then, so I have this short story about Mark Cuban in Vegas. He sold, I don't know what he sold, whatever. And then, the guy just decides to go hard. I'm talking about hard in Vegas, like
Like
Mark
everybody,
Cuban,
everybody
fuck it.
how many
spending-
people in here? 200? All right, 200 bottles. Everybody who gets a bottle.
I had those, yeah, but that's another story. Anyway, the Mark Cuban story. So partying. He in the DJ booth, we just going wild. He's spending money like crazy, like exactly what you're telling. Everybody got a bottle, yada. Went to an after party. It's all crazy. And then I'm telling people these stories, and they don't believe me. And then I saw this little. It was like a short documentary clip. I mean, we can even edit it in this podcast.
Yeah.
Where you
just give me extra.
and you see the proof.
Thank you. You gave me
and
extra
that's
work.
the proof. And that's the proof. Like, look.
Just send me the link.
Yeah, I'll send you the
Oh
link.
shit!
Yeah, and I'm like, so when I saw that documentary or that short clip, I'm like, oh fuck, I did that too. I was there. Some of those stories you just forget, you know.
Yeah.
The first time I met,
You forget. Can you imagine how much he has?
But
Some of those you
there's
forget.
so much that you start forgetting, but the other ones, like,
That's
you know what I mean?
crazy.
so listen to this. I'm in Vegas. We partying after my set. So I'm in the VIP. I think DJ Vice was playing or whatever. I'm in the VIP chilling. Guy next to me, and obviously, if somebody's in the VIP, you automatically connect. You know.
Yeah.
So I connect with this dude. He's like, "Yo, what's your name?" I'm Chucky. What's your name? I'm Eric, man. Oh yeah. Kept partying. He kept buying drinks and stuff, bottles. And I go like, yo, so I take his number. You're like, yeah, cool to hang out, man. See you next time. I take his number. So I put in Eric with his phone number. I'm like, oh, what's your last name? And he tapped me. He pointed out something outside, this big golden tower. It's a Trump Tower. So
Shit!
So it's Eric Trump.
Like that building? Yeah, it's mine. Like,
No, so I'm like, so what? He's like Trump. I'm like, okay.
but like a Trump.
Yeah, I like Trump.
Like
but
Donald
the fact
Trump.
that he was, because you could literally see the building through, you know.
I'm pretty sure he goes to that same club, get the same table.
That was
like,
a sweet flex.
what's your last name?
That's-
Yeah. You see
bro.
the name of the building? Yeah, that's me.
What's your last name?
Right there, my friend.
Read it there.
And it's a golden, I remember it's a golden building, and then it says Trump. I'm like, this motherfucker, man, that's a flex. right?
Crazy.
100%.
But I don't know which one is the flex. The fact that I, hanging with him, or him flexing his last name like that.
I mean,
his name was
both
fucking
of them.
good.
I
They're
mean, he
both
didn't have to
flexes.
flex like that on me,
They're
man.
both flexes. They're both fucking flexes.
That's stunning on another level, man.
That's a fucking flex.
When I hear these stories, I'm like, wow, I got so much to go. Like to get to that level, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's special, man.
But I think it's all about being hungry and unique.
100%.
Well, I felt it's really funny. I felt like, and I still have it now. I always have the feeling that I'm supposed to be doing a bigger thing, or I have like a bigger purpose. Because it's funny, everywhere I go, for some reason I end up meeting, let's say, the big guy or the big guys. No matter what country. So even in Aruba, I was like visiting the president, the prime minister in my shorts and stuff. Same in Suriname, and I never took off my hat. And even when I went to Haiti, visit my friend, he's like, but the ex-president, the son of the president, Martelli. They treat me like I'm like a diplomat.
royalty, yeah.
Bro, I get there at the airport. First security looking at me like I'm crazy, and then they set me down somewhere. I'm like, okay, what's going on? The guy comes in, he's like, yo, we gotta go. And it was like, so you have this car I'm sitting in, and there's like 2 security cars in front and 2
Oh my
behind.
God.
And I don't know if you ever went to Port-au-Prince, but it's really busy. And there's like guys just jumping out of the car and moving the traffic and such. It's crazy.
Oh, shit.
But even there, like I hang out with, on that level. I got invited by the to go to the inauguration of the Panamanian president, stuff like that,
Nice.
So all those things, I'm like, every time I'm there in a certain situation or location, I'm like, okay, but you do realize that you just DJing and making music,
Yeah.
right? How the fuck did you get here, bro?
I think it's just like if you're just also what we talk about, like if you stay humble and be nice, don't think you're better than anybody else, and you just build good relationships with people will always treat you with respect no matter what.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's just still weird that I,
Get that treatment.
Well, no. Just that I get invited, or
You always bounce
to
into
move in a certain level.
Yeah.
It made me think like I think there's more for me.
Maybe God does probably have a different purpose for you to get into these rooms and maybe make different changes into certain areas, maybe through music or through something. But
Yeah, and to be honest, that's kind of my vibe nowadays. I kind of do less touring because I wanted to free up my time. It's a hard decision to do less touring.
I can imagine.
But I want to free up my time to see what else is there for me, So that's kind of the vibe. And then the whole pandemic, I'm like, great.
Like perfect.
How am I gonna pay the bills? I don't know.
we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find
with
out.
the rest of the world.
We're about to find out.
I think a lot of people went through that same shit in the pandemic. Like, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna pay the bills, but
Hey,
I think that's why everybody went on OnlyFans.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. OnlyFans, wow.
something had to work.
You have a question?
I do. Okay, so since we're under like the whole celebrity ride right now, you've produced for like a lot of people.
Yeah.
50 Cent being one. Kesha,
I did, Gloria Estefan. I did the first remix of Michael Jackson since he passed away. They put out this song called Hollywood Tonight, and so you officially get like an email from the Jackson estate to remix. Like, bro, those kind of emails.
It's official.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's when I also know like, oh, I'm onto something.
Yeah.
But the craziest one is where I remember I was at my my mother-in-law and I was there for dinner, and then my phone goes, my phone rings. I'm like, okay, I see it's an American number. I pick up the phone, like, yo, hello, who's this? Yo, Enrique who? You guessed it. This motherfucking Enrique Iglesias calling me on my phone. Because I did a remix for him, but you don't always meet the artist. But he liked that remix so much, he called me. He's like, yo, I want you to remix another record. So that's why I ended up doing two remixes for him. But he called me for the second one. He's like, yo, man, I love your shit. Sick. And even now, it's funny, and it's the most responsive guy. Like, I would text him every 2 years, like, hey, Henrika, how you doing? And he just replies. It's crazy.
Nice.
Dope.
Super humble dude. But that is a crazy one. That you reach a certain level and they feel like, hey, I should call him.
Have you ever met like more of them, like worked like directly in the studio with some of these people?
Oh yeah. Like, for example, I got invited to work on Diddy's album.
Oh shit!
So basically, it was like a a writers camp, but it was in the Bad Boy Studios where Biggie recorded his album. So we were there, or I got invited. So he called me, and I had his number already because I met him in LA or something. So I get out the shower, and I see missed call from Sean Combs. I'm like, oh shit. I text him.
Hey guys, I gotta call Diddy. Hold a second.
I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? This and that. He's like, yo, can you? I want you to come to join these sessions I have for my new album. I'm like, okay, great. The guy sent me 3 business class tickets. And also, I got to shop at the Sean Jones store.
Sean John.
Yeah, he made the call like, yo, whatever he needs, just
go in and pick whatever you want on my tab. Put it on my tab.
I'm like, and I get to the store. I'm like, yo, did he send me?
Come on,
That's a flex, huh?
That is what I'm saying. Flex your shit. Like, what the fuck? Like,
that's those are the it's always fun to have.
That is sick.
But the fact that he invited me was
already huge.
Yeah, because in that case, you're part of, let's say, the creative process of his album.
And it also makes you feel like, wow, this guy appreciates whatever my input for whatever record he's
really
making.
You, 100% pure your talent. They don't even see your face. They don't know nothing. And that's one of the sickest things about being like a producer and all these things. They don't even see your face. They don't know who you are at all.
Yeah.
But they know what your talent is. Your talent is what speaks for you.
Yeah.
First thing they hear. So that's like super
that's
dope.
Crazy. That is crazy, yeah.
What's the biggest celebrity phone number you have right now in your phone? Like, you see Diddy texts you, like...
it's actually not even... I have... So, basically, I'm always one phone call away from whoever I want to meet.
The person.
Like, you got Elon
Like,
Musk
I literally...
in there?
Like, I remember, I literally had my friend, he's like, yo, if you want to go have lunch with Obama, we can. And I'm like, what?
Damn.
Because they used to be high school buddies. And he's
That
like, yeah,
is
we can.
crazy.
Yeah, stuff like that,
Okay, wait.
You're gonna ask something. Get ready with it.
Rihanna, like,
What's up with I did an official remix for her. Didn't get to meet
This
her.
guy is in love with Rihanna. That's like
No, but it's amazing. Yeah, she's amazing. Huh?
she is crazy.
I always like her videos when she goes to like Barbados or Trinidad, and she goes there for Carnival. Yeah, that's crazy.
I think if we ever have Rihanna on this show, that's where you get.
I would
all right,
die.
I quit.
I would
I'm
die.
done. I've made it. Like there's nothing
I
else you
would
can
die.
do.
Yeah.
Like that is my like Rihanna, Wendy Williams, Nicki Minaj, and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Those are my girls for sure. I'm like, yeah.
If I get them, I'm done.
But Rihanna is all the way up there.
But the craziest, I'm never really starstruck.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get used to it.
But no, not even that. Not even that. I mean, it's still. I'm also on that part of the industry, So, but I'm not really. I don't really get starstruck. But when I met Jay-Z for the first time, bro, I had
Jay-Z.
and it was just a short, introduction. But I got nervous, man.
Like,
Yeah, kinda. And I gave him my weakest hand or something. Like, when somebody shake your hand, like really weak. And it's crazy because the way I got introduced, I was in New York and I went to Just Blaze's studio, one of the producers from Jay-Z, Just Blaze, one of the best producers, by the way. And he goes like, "Yo, what are we doing later?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Okay, let's go. So we gotta hang out. So we go to this place in New York. I forgot the name.
some crazy fucking stories.
And I'm sitting next to Just Blaze, talking, and all of a sudden, because it's really like that. All of a sudden, the whole place just kind of lights up in a certain way. You see people moving around. Here comes Jay-Z. Jay-Z enters the place, and it's like, oh, it's really like that.
doves flying.
No, but when Jay-Z, it's really like that. So he came in the club. It was a small club. He was sitting like a couple tables further from us. And I was sitting next to Just Blaze, and I see Just Blaze works with him all the time, so that's his boy. So Just Blaze goes up to him, and they start talking, yada, yada, yada. And then I'm sitting there in the VIP.
And like, yo, you going over here or what?
No. So I'm sitting there acting like I didn't see that shit.
Yeah,
And he goes, "Yo, Chucky." And I'm acting like I don't know. I saw it. I was trying to keep it cool, So I'm like, "Who me? Oh yeah, okay."
Oh, me? Hey, what's up?
So I go over there, and you gotta understand, this is one of the best, most legendary producers ever, Just Blaze, right? And he tells Jay-Z, he's like, "Yo, if you think I'm a crazy producer, this guy is crazy."
No
That's the way he
fucking
introduced
way.
me to Jay-Z.
You're like,
Bro. And I'm like, sweaty palms and shit.
Knees,
and I
weak,
gave,
arms
like
are
I said,
heavy.
I gave him my weakest hand. I'm like, oh man.
and like, you sure your producers that handshake was really weak?
I'm like, you little bitch. But that was my introduction.
Listen, man,
with
you get to
Jay-Z.
see the man. He shook his hand.
That
no matter
is
what.
sick shit.
But it's literally like that. When Jay-Z enters a place, it's like,
Everybody's like, oh, like starstruck.
That is
but
crazy.
but it's not always like this. It's not always like this because I had two celebrities telling me no, me asking for, and I hate asking for pictures. Two guys, they said no.
Drop
One
those
is
names.
Kanye West,
Oh.
and one is Drake. But I must say the
Okay,
one with Kanye West. Okay, they were both bad timing because the one with Kanye West, we were at a private party on a yacht, and it was right before he had to go on, and he was putting his set list together.
Yeah.
And here my dumbass goes up to Kanye. So before I ask him, I go to Kim first, Kim Kardashian. I'm like, yo, you think I can ask him? She's like, he's probably busy.
Kim Kardashian.
And my dumbass, I'm like, no, he can't be that busy. I'm like, yo, I'm on this yacht too, I'm also part of it. So I go up to
I'm also like,
Kanye.
yeah, motherfucker. Like, take my picture.
And I don't want to say he was rude, but he was kind of rude. I'm like, man, can't you see I'm...
Sounds like Kanye.
So it was like that, So he said no. I'm like, damn it.
Now you know how every other fan feels like when they walk up to you. You're like, take a picture. I'm busy. You're like, damn, now I know how they
I
feel.
mean, Kim did warn you, though.
She gave me heads up.
gave
Kim
you heads
warned
up.
me. And my dumbass still trying. And like,
Listen, sometimes you have to shoot your shot.
and then the worst thing is, so I walk away from that embarrassing moment. I turn
Jesus
around.
Christ.
Here goes Kim looking me in my eyes like,
I fucking told you, motherfucker.
that, exactly that. I'm like, oh.
You're like, okay, walk of shame.
You know
I'm
that
going to
meme?
the
You know that
bathroom.
meme where the guy
Team
goes,
us. My husband did me right.
you know that meme where the guy goes like this? I felt exactly like that.
You like deserved it. Like,
Yeah, and then Drake stories. I was at so Diddy always does this. He used to do it, these after hours at his house in Miami during the Miami Music Week. I know we can't take pictures in the house. Nobody's allowed to take pictures. My dumbass is gonna ask Drake for a picture. Of course he's gonna say no. First of all, I think he was hammered. So obviously it was gonna be a hard no. And then obviously we cannot whip out our phones. So that's my second no.
Like, hey, give me shut the fuck up. No.
like bro,
Yeah,
why are you
but
even
There's a
asking?
sign on the wall that says no pictures.
Yeah.
Private.
You know the
see.
memo.
Yeah.
But sometimes fuck it. Like, listen, sometimes you just have to see your shot.
But in Drake's case, I got excited. I'm like, oh shit.
My beer.
Do you think like? Would you want to collab with him? Like,
Yeah, why not? Of course, he's a big superstar, you know.
I'm here thinking like, why are you taking so long to answer? Like, yo, just say yes.
Yo,
it's good.
now that we're talking about this stuff, my most embarrassing moment,
Oh, here you go. Clipping this real quick.
bro.
Go.
My most embarrassing. No, it's really like that. I remember. So Diddy used to date Cassie. So me and Cassie we became friends, right?
I love Cassie.
Yeah, we became friends. So she had a show in Holland. She was actually just hosting the event. And so we're sitting in a VIP, and I had to introduce her in some way, you know. I get on the stairs, and during the introduction, I just fall off these fucking steps, bro. She's like, oh my God, Chucky, are you okay? First of all, no, I'm not. I feel like she saw me just.
And like, do you know that man? Nope. Never
And he
seen
has
him in my
to
life.
call my name now.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Yeah.
Is there a video somewhere about this?
No, I think she has it.
Probably a bunch of people were recording, waiting
like,
for
bro,
Cassie.
I just fell off the steps, man. I'm like, yo.
Damn.
I would be fucking embarrassed.
And it's only embarrassing because it's Cassie.
I'll be embarrassed because there's a lot of people just watching me. I'm like, I look up, everybody's like,
Oh no, I couldn't care less.
fuck.
I couldn't care less. It's just Cassie, man. She was looking at me like,
Like, great introduction, bro.
Okay, so speaking of like the whole music and celebrity thing, because I feel like, again, we were just talking about what your purpose is, right? So do you feel like, because I asked Steve the same thing, do you feel like, because you've done an album before,
yeah.
now do you feel like you should, before you like step out, or if you're going to do the whole thing, do you feel like you should like take out a full album, but with like how the same thing DJ Khaled does his with like a
Yeah,
bunch of
definitely.
top
Definitely.
features?
That's definitely the goal as well. Matter of fact, I'm working on an album right now for the Voltage events we have to kind of body it, you know. We have the event, but it needs like a musical. Yeah, it needs like a soundtrack. So that's what I'm creating right now. But also, it's definitely something you do want to do when you're like kind of experienced in life and you've seen a lot. You try to, you know, translate it into a musical piece. And
Chucky, I feel like at this point, you're way past that though. Like, you should have been have 3 of those.
I know, right?
Like-
but this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because of touring, I wasn't really able to do this.
We talked
Yeah.
about that too, with Steve.
and-
like some DJs nowadays, because they tour so much, they don't have time to produce anything.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly how I felt like after years of touring. I'm like, okay, but you know, production-wise, I didn't do a lot.
Yeah.
And that's because of that, you know? And I had to change it. So now, like I said, you know, after the pandemic, I built the studio. It's nice. I'm there all the time. I don't even want to leave the studio.
Good.
So that's the whole vibe now. But yes, it's needed to have something
Yeah,
like an
because like
album, yeah.
you have way too many connections.
Yeah.
They're way too close and they're way too willing for you not to have a good amount of. You can have like a trap album. You can have like a
100%,
a house
man.
album. Like you have so many even a bubbling one with
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the local ones. Since you still love to even work with the locals, like bring them all together. One simple whole Chucky vibe of some type of Caribbean thing and.
But that's what I'm working on right now, you know, and I'm happy that I feel blessed as well that, you know, I was able to meet a lot of people. Like, I really love it. I really like hanging out with, for example, Busta Rhymes. He's like the most humble dude. And me and Busta Rhymes always get fucked up. So we end up 5 a.m. in a nightclub. Don't want to go. Bouncers waiting for us. Everybody pissed off, and we're still sharing stories, going crazy. I have so much footage of me and Busta Rhymes just in the club, just hammered and talking about life, because that's how it goes, right?
Yeah. It's not always about bottles, bitches, and everything. Just sit down, have some drinks, and just fucking talk about shit.
Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, man, it's a cool thing to experience.
That is sick, man. Like, your life is crazy.
Why do I feel like I left you guys speechless?
No, because like
I'm looking at
I didn't expect half of the stories. Like, I did not expect them.
fucking multiple times. I keep thinking like, Chucky, where the fuck did you not have a camera crew with you? Like, you should have like
I think
welcome to the Chucky vlog.
The reason why all this stuff happened is because I didn't have a camera.
You didn't have it, exactly.
Right here, take him with you.
No,
Bye.
because
it
then
was
those
because
stories wouldn't
they
happen.
wouldn't be authentic. They wouldn't happen. People wouldn't even want to be around you for certain things. So they had to happen organically the way they happened.
Yeah. Because
that's how you get invited. Even it's because okay, now this one is private enough. Like, let's go.
Because then they don't want you like, yo, we don't want this to be public. Like, don't be fucking flashing your shit. I get it.
Yeah.
But still, imagine if you did document all that shit. Could I make a fucking Netflix shit like, yo, welcome to
Am
the
I
Chucky.
even allowed to vape?
Yeah, go crazy.
I don't know, James. If you're watching this episode, I'm sorry. Like,
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm like promoting people's
I need to give a shout out. Big shout out to James for borrowing us his beautiful Airbnb here in Aruba. If you want to ever stay in Aruba, link in the description. I just decided to plug him real quick. Like, fuck it. It's a really fucking nice house. 4 bedroom, 3
James.
bathroom, pool, rooftop terrace. Now you get to come stay in a house where we interview Chucky. You got the bragging rights now
The
from that
value
shit.
just went up,
The
baby.
value just
okay?
went up.
Yesterday's price is
It's
not
not
today's
Today's price. Oh shit! I see you, Sheldon. I see you.
I'm like, who's that?
I see you.
You said
Hey,
Sheldon.
oh, you just James. We just talked about you.
Hi, James.
Oh wow!
shit.
You just
People
hit my
here.
light. This is James, the owner of the house.
How you doing, James?
Hi, James.
Great house.
Oh my
Thank
god,
you.
your house is gorgeous.
I literally was.
You were there? Oh, nice. Thank you, man.
What's up, Sheldon?
Hi, Sheldon. Hello. Oh shit.
Yeah, I literally saw like in that
House.
corner. I thought like, what the fuck? Oh, Sheldon. I was literally giving you a shout out. Fuck, well, that timing was really good, actually.
Great.
No, but so you've met a lot of fucking celebrities. You fucking travel. You did a bunch of shit. Now I want to talk about the local people here in Aruba. Like, who have you worked here in Aruba? Obviously, Steve is one of them.
Jeon.
What'd you guys work on? Like both Jeon and
So
Steve.
that story is actually, it's a great story. I signed him. I signed his publishing years ago, and because I heard his talent, I was living here. I heard his talent. I'm like, so I told my publisher, I'm like, yo, I want to sign this kid, from Aruba, and they're like, no, but all these superstars. Why don't you try to sign these bigger artists? I'm like, no, I believe in this kid. So I signed Jeon, and so even when he came to Holland, I invited him to the studio, and I was working with Child's Play. Even Child's Play was like, no, we don't feel like working with him. I'm like, we got to do studio time with this guy. That's it. End of story. So we invite Jeon. We did 2 tracks. First track was recorded in like an hour. And then the second track was called, he recorded in 15 minutes. And that track's called Machika. And we were supposed to release that track with a Dutch rapper. And then Jeon went with the song. He went to New York. And he stayed in some place, and he met J Balvin in the gym, and J Balvin's like, nope, this is my single now. And of course, you're gonna chase all your plans. So seeing that happen is kind of crazy, because that was my vision too. The reason why I wanted to sign Jeon is because I'm like, yo, he can write in his own language, and all we have to do is translate it to Spanish. It's so similar. Mm-hmm. So that was my my concept, my idea, and that's why I wanted to sign him, and it worked. So when he did Machika, he also wrote the Nicky Jam song Ekis.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, huh?
Yeah, he even won an award for it.
A lot of people don't know that he actually wrote that.
And he
song.
wrote it quick. There's a version, the original version. He never played it for me, but he said the original version is in Papiamento.
Jeon, if you're watching, you're gonna have to sing that shit for us.
Yeah, but it's great to see that my vision and then seeing his talent, because obviously he has talent, and that he could really put it to work and make such a big song. That's crazy, And
crazy.
I felt like that was my biggest contribution to the island, because that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to do something for the island.
Yeah.
And I was always thinking about, oh, maybe charity, maybe this. But this musical, contribution was the best thing I could do because I think he also then inspired a lot of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of kids.
He also opened the doors for a lot of people here as well.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, there's eyes on Aruba,
Just like what you said in the beginning, like there was never a blueprint, especially coming from an island. We're all like, yeah, from the islands, we don't make it. We don't live in the big city.
Yeah.
Jeon just proved it, like from the island. He now
from
gives you a blueprint.
Santa Cruz or whatever, and then makes globally. At a certain point,
massive.
So when those both songs came out, at that point, he was literally the most sought after Latin songwriters.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he wrote.
He wrote a big hit, and X was like all over the place.
Everybody was playing
It was the biggest track.
Yeah.
And a kid from Aruba wrote it. How crazy is that, So and that obviously there's the blueprint. So now, all these kids get inspired, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Like I said, for me, being part of that story and being able to contribute, it's beautiful, man.
Dude,
And it was even cool to see J Balvin did the Genius interview for the lyrics.
Yeah.
And he was even talking about like Machika and then how they brought on Anita.
Yeah.
And it was actually written in Papiamento. And so it was super cool. It was like, oh shit, like look at them plugging us,
Yeah. It's funny because when that song came out, when they were working on the song, and so they sent us the vocals back to work on the track. I'm like, who's this girl? Anita. I didn't know who Anita was.
I never heard of her until Machika.
And then I Googled, I'm like, oh, Anita.
Yeah, Anita.
I even got to party with her a little bit. She's like the coolest person.
She's super chill.
Bro,
she's
but
super chill. I heard.
I swear, I was just staring at her, bro. I couldn't help it. I was just she's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's just beautiful. So I couldn't help staring
and
at her.
she got the back.
And yeah.
She has a
and
body.
she's super humble, nice.
Google it right now.
Oh my! You have to go look her video clip from Rebola.
Yeah, Rebola video. Yeah.
That's by the water, right?
She was like in the hood,
in the ghetto,
by
in the ghetto,
hood.
in the barrios.
I think I've seen that video clip.
Yes.
No, but so I was just staring at her, man. Like, wow, she's beautiful.
That's some damn exotic beauties.
Yeah.
Brazilian, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Brazil,
And that's
baby.
where I learned, because I'm like, okay, you already had Kanye say no. You already had Drake say no.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, bro.
Third time, come on.
I do have a picture with her, but that was on another occasion.
Everything is timing, man. I've learned that so many times.
It is.
I have one selfie with J Balvin at the what's the fucking
Island Takeover.
Yeah, he literally got off the stage because I know exactly where he was gonna walk. This one way. I'm gonna fucking catch this motherfucker. Like it's waiting and waiting. Oh yeah, photo. Okay, gracias. He just fucking left,
Bro, you know what's the crazy part of it is that these guys they I don't know how. They're regular people as well, you know. Eventually,
100%.
It's like when I met Ozuna. When I met Ozuna, it's like he met me.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, and there's a picture of me and him. One time he came to a show I did in, I think it was Houston, but way back, before he was Ozuna, right? Mm-hmm. So obviously he knew who I was.
Yeah.
So one time I'm in New York, I go to my jeweler there, and I walk out of the jeweler store,
Okay,
and this
flex.
guy walks in.
My jeweler.
The guy walks in, and he's like, "Hey, Chucky." I'm like, "Who are you?" He's like, "It's me, man." He said, "I'm Ozuna, man." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Because the funny part is he was blowing up, and I was looking for him. Like, okay, how can I contact this guy? Like, because I definitely want to work with Ozuna. And he came up to me, he's like, "Yo, I'm Ozuna." I'm like, "Oh shit!" I said, "I was talking
Give me
about you
your
last week." But it's cool that it was the other way around, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I ran into him here in Aruba, it was all cool.
Nice.
But that's crazy. And then I remember that picture, and I asked my friend to send it to me. Like, "Yo, send me that picture." He still have to send it to me. That Ozuna came to my show.
That's crazy.
Dude, and I sorry to go a little off topic here.
Yeah.
Because we also talk about Jeon, but I wanted to ask also because not only with the Machica song, but you also have Latino,
Yeah.
the track.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
also with a local.
Oh yeah, with
producer.
Steve Andreas. So I work with Steve Andreas, and we made the track at my kitchen table here in Aruba. I always wanted to, because Steve is one of the, like, I know his mom very well. We're really good friends for many years. And his mom was always like, my son is working. And I always told her, like, look, I am going to look after him, but I'm going to have him build his own story. I'm not just going to hand it to him.
No.
So he made that very clear. You were the first person that told him, like, go back.
Yeah.
Make it better. Like, you were very critique.
Yeah.
But it came from a good place.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the whole vibe. And even with this track, so he had a setup. So the first version of Latino, I'm like, Steve, what the fuck is this? What is this 7 a.m. Ibiza sunset version? I'm like, no, it was too sexy. I'm like, no, you got to change it, bro. So he went back. I said I need it to be nasty. I need it to be urban, but also it needs to be that. It needs to have that EDM energy, And he went back. We went back and forth. And then one night he came to my house. I'm like, okay, let's finish the track now. So we started doing that, and we didn't even have the break. And then he put like chords, very nice piano chords on it. And I'm like, okay, now it's getting somewhere. And then when he was done, he gave me the song for me to finish and put like the finishing touches on it. So I started doing the mixing and mastering. Together with my friend from Portugal, because I needed it to be in a certain sound. And even that track didn't have I didn't have no reference. So I was kind of looking for the sound, and I eventually found it. And also that, I was really happy that we made such a track, because it's still...
It's still played till today.
Yeah. And it got a lot of plays, and I'm happy that, I was able to do this whole process with Steve in a certain way, I think it was a good lesson I don't want to say lesson, but it was a good experience for him to do it in this way, because then he saw like, okay, once you really go together back and forth, you can actually establish something you have in mind.
Of course.
And this is what happened with the song Latino, and even the video is like recorded, produced in Aruba, which is for me full circle.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just know. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, that's why I say, like, I love the fact that you were so critical with him. You gave him like the constructive criticism, like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Because I keep telling people, like, you have to be honest with people. If you want people to produce a certain quality, you have to be able to say, look, this is not it. Go back, come back with something better.
And now we're at a point where I really respect his production skills now. So I can't wait to be back in Holland and for him to come back to Holland as well and do the sessions. The other day, like a couple of weeks ago, I invited him for the session I had with this girl from UK, Miss La Familia, and she asked if I could produce a track for her. I'm like, yo, Steve, I think I got us a great gig here. Come to the studio this day, and we did we started like 5 p.m., left the studio 6 a.m. That was the first day. So, but then we had the whole track recorded. And we had the beat was just like a vibe. And then that Thursday, we worked for another 8 hours on that track, just perfectioning the beat and stuff. And then the Friday, we did another 12-hour session.
The fuck?
But
time
the
just
track,
flies, man.
But the track is, it's fire, bro. It's fire.
It's already out?
Yeah, sorry?
Is the track out or?
No, not yet.
Okay,
We still have we now have the demo. But I was happy, but also, I was confident enough to have
demo.
him.
After all that time, you just have the
It's
demo.
the demo, yeah. So I'm now confident enough to have him run like the session. When we have a session, I'm like, okay, I want him there. I really like his vibe as well, and the way he produces now, and his whole.
You guys have good chemistry too. You guys have one record together that fucking blew up all over the world.
Yeah, definitely. It was funny because when I went to Tomorrowland, the track just came out, and Tiesto came up to me. He's like, yo, I played it. It's a dope record, man. I'm like, that's crazy, because it still has a Latino vibe. And
because I remember like Steve was reposting it like, yo, because it was his first massive fucking track that went super global. I remember him like hyping it up, like putting on Instagram stories like, yo, my track is in fucking main stage tomorrow. Bro, if you want, tell me if I'm wrong, but if you make it to like ultra main stage, Tomorrowland main stage, like.
Yeah,
I feel like you could say like, bro, I think I've made it at a really high fucking level because not everybody gets to play on that such stage.
Yeah, I feel blessed, man, and it's crazy that I was able to bring somebody like Slash from Guns N' Roses.
And never forget Electric Festival.
I had him on Electric Festival here in Aruba. I had him Tomorrowland, Belgium. I had him Ultra Festival.
That was dope.
Yeah,
You know what Slash is, right?
Those rock people, right?
The rock people.
Not just the rock people.
Okay, I know.
The most famous guitarist.
100%.
Okay, guys, calm down. Calm the fuck down. I said
But
I
anyway,
fucking know.
He's like the Rihanna of guitar.
I fucking said I fucking know, okay?
He's like the Rihanna of the guitar. He's like, picture Rihanna
These
with a
motherfuckers.
guitar. And a high hat, a top hat.
Jesus, yeah.
No, but that's I feel blessed that I was able to do
100%.
those things, and it's crazy that every time I had such a great experience, and I think that's what really kept me grounded as well. Living in Aruba, like after the craziness from a weekend, come home, feet in the sand, and relax.
A beer in hand, and it's
Beer
like
in hand, and then get drunk at Mumba.
Weekend over.
I don't know if like a lot of people don't realize that. I remember I did a gig here in Aruba. I wasn't living here back then. I did a gig in Aruba, and I just finished this track. So I come to Aruba. I had this gig at Mumba, and I was playing this track, and it went crazy. And I did have a title for that song. I'm like, I'm gonna call the song Mumba. So I called the song. I called the song Mumba. And I had a remix from Afrojack. He did a remix. And that remix had a very bubbling vibe. And so this guy, Dave Nara, he slowed down that beat, and which became Mumbaton. So
wait, so you're telling me the whole
Mumbaton comes
genre came from a fucking bar on the beach?
yeah.
Well, if you're watching this,
That's how Mumbaton, the term, that's where the term comes from. So the story of Mumbaton is they took my track Mumba, the remix, they took that track, slowed it down. The guy named it Mumbaton as a style. And because of
I
that
wonder
track-
if Mumba even knows this. They're like,
yeah, they know.
They know?
I said, and the owner, he's like, yo, where's my percentage?
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. What the
Run
royalties
my
at, bro? Let's go.
fucking money.
But I'm like, no, you should pay me. Where's my money?
That is dope.
Yeah,
I plug
those
your
kind
place.
those kind of things, people don't even realize.
No.
And like I said, I'm happy that I was able to contribute in a certain way.
100%.
Yeah.
I have a question. I know if you want to answer or not, but what happened because I remember Electric Festival was fucking big.
Yeah.
Bro, we had Nervo, Afrojack,
Yeah,
Knife
we had them
Party.
all, yeah.
We had like the biggest fucking A-list DJs. But then it slowly started going down. And then
Well,
like,
no, what
do you think
happened
it's a
is-
change of the genre of music?
Not even that. What happened is that you must remember that Venezuela was like, we had a lot of tourists coming from Venezuela, and then Venezuela went downhill. So we had no purpose throwing that.
Good point.
Because it was like 4,000 or 5,000 people flying in from Venezuela.
It's true.
Yeah.
That was our main power. And then, obviously, what happened in Venezuela. So all the tourists were gone.
Yeah, that makes
Simple
sense.
as it is.
Well, hopefully they get their shit together back. We can start it back up.
Yeah. Venezuela, by the way. My first show in Venezuela, bro, I felt like Michael Jackson.
You love Michael Jackson, huh?
Obviously. But I felt like Michael Jackson. So I got there. We were late. So we took a jet from Aruba to Venezuela, to Caracas. Me and a bunch of other guys, which I can't mention. Anyway.
Yeah, NDAs, bro.
No, so we got there, and I literally needed like 8 security guards around me, circling around me to walk me into that place.
Oh, shit.
I had so what happened is that they were supposed to do like an event, a paid event, but they canceled the event because they weren't allowed to sell alcohol. So they decided to relocate, and they gave away the alcohol for free. Bro, I kid you not. So I get there. It's like a bunch of people just swarming and trying to, touch me like I am Mike Jackson. But I'm DJ Chucky, bitch. No, but I'm there. So but it was a weird story. And normally, like, I don't mind crowd surfing and such. And I was ready to crowd surf, bro. And even security was like, no, there's gonna be mayhem. So I didn't do it. But it was one of those, like
you wanted.
If you wanted, you could have.
You could have done it.
yeah, but it was. I felt like
it would have been.
'cause you know what it
dangerous.
is. You know how it is. Latinos, we're passionate people. It's passion. It's all passion. So it would be a little bit too much, because they relocated the party to it was like a mall, and that whole mall was just packed, craziness, and it
Sounds hot.
But the vibe was so crazy. Like I said, people really don't want to touch me, and if I would have jumped, I don't know what would have happened.
Probably would have not made it back to the stage.
Exactly.
Like, this motherfucker down.
Oh yeah. So yeah, man, Venezuela. So yeah, hopefully that comes back one day.
100%. But honestly, it's also one of the, as for me as an MC as well. Like I got to meet you better. I got to meet Roja. Got to talk to Roja as well. Also one of the MCs I used to look up to, just like MCG.
Yeah.
I also got to MC one time. I MC 2 days at Electric Festival. It's also for me, like when I first started, these are the places that I got that chance. You know, like Electric Festival. When you took me to when I MC at Vegas.
Yeah, but it goes back to your persona. You know, like you said earlier. Like if you're a certain vibe, and I guess that's that's how I know you. You're a certain vibe, so you're kind of attracted yourself. So
yeah,
you can only thank yourself for those
That's how
things.
it goes.
Yeah,
it's being nice.
Yeah, and I have that too. Eventually, you have to give yourself that credit.
Yeah.
And these are the things I was thinking about when I had the pandemic. Bored as hell, nothing to do, reflecting life.
That's good. That's what you're
All those
supposed to do.
NDA conversations that I can't talk about. Like,
Yeah. Running back. I had to run it back like movies.
Nah, I think you got some big stuff to think about, some big moves to make. So
yeah, so that's why I think that's the main vibe I have right now. I freed up my time just to get the creative juices flowing again. I like a lot.
So what's your plan now then? Like
make music. That's the plan.
Yeah,
make music.
Take your gas off, like pedal off the gas when it comes to touring.
Yes,
and just focus on more production, creating more.
Yes, and the funny part is I always felt like I'm better in making music for others than for myself because it's hard to make decisions. So I told Steve as well. I said, listen, when you come to the studio, let's work on some of your records as well. I'll be more than happy to
put your input in there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the plan. So I want to write like a lot of music for a lot of people. I want to develop my skills as a songwriter as well.
Nice.
Do more of that. So that's a vibe for now. And then, I gave God the wheels.
Songwriting,
Please
like
hear
what
it.
type of genre you feel like?
Anything. Like when I invited him for the session, I didn't know we were gonna make like an Afro Zouk kind of vibe, and the track is great. It's great. I'm gonna play it to you guys.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it to you guys.
Y'all can't hear it. We just sent an NDA before we started, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
And but how do you feel about the DJ scene now these days? Like compared to like pre-COVID or even like let's say 10 years ago and compared to today, do you feel like it's more about popularity now and not about the talent?
Well,
I mean?
let me put it like this: it's still about the talent, but popularity, as in. So there's so many tools. Like you gotta have an A game when it comes to Instagram. That also helps your popularity. Mm-hmm. But it became a very important factor of the whole your career as a whole. So it's a whole different ball game now. I also feel it's way more competitive. Yeah. But that's because of social media, obviously. Because now all of a sudden you have to show. So the gig is not for the party itself; it's for Instagram. I really didn't post anything yet from yesterday. So basically, the gig didn't happen. Yeah. That's how it is nowadays. Yeah. And it's for me like considering myself, let's say, an older DJ. It's kind of hard to keep up with that stuff because I feel like I just want to be on the
in
creative
that moment.
Yeah, in the moment, and also I just want to be creative, and that's it. Forget about the Instagram stories stuff. I just want to create.
I'm just thinking about what you told me last night. Because I know like some DJs, they don't like it when the MC is in front of the booth. Yeah. Or like so I was like diagonally like
this motherfucker.
Shut up, let me finish. He's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Get the fuck in front. I'm like, whoa.
This guy, I turn around, I heard not because normally this guy is like he's MCing a lot, and I like it when MC's working it. I didn't hear this motherfucker for 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I'm behind him having a drink.
I'm like, let me see where this guy is. I'm checking out the VIP. I don't see this motherfucker. I turn around. I see this guy working it with the shots and with the. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Get the fuck in the front. I'm like, I just want to be in the back because some DJs hate it. I don't know if you like it. It's like, get the fuck there. I'm like, oh.
Okay, so like this is like a quick question though. So then, when y'all making a set, do y'all not like arrange like who you performing with and like what? How do they want it?
I think, in my opinion, because I've always worked with different DJs and I don't know what the fuck is going to play. It's just, I guess, from experience, by hearing a lot of music and by knowing Like
you can count.
Yeah, it's all about counting. Like you just look at the bar. All right, about 16 counts is gonna be a drop. All right, so I'm gonna start saying something 8 counts before the drop. So it's like it just comes with experience. Because in the beginning, I was fucking horrific. I would like the drop comes down, boom, and I'm like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, bro, this is the wrong fucking timing.
Yeah.
But like again, with experience.
But that's what I'm saying. Like for like different DJs, because like let's say like for instance last night you did three. You let's say for instance you did like 2 or 3 different DJs that you hosted for.
With Chucky.
So do you not talk with them and be like, okay, what type of performance do you want?
I just ask like, what kind of style are you gonna go with? I guess I'm gonna go hip hop, or sometimes I just listen to the music.
Yeah, and just go
and just go with it. But there are DJs and MCs that plan their whole fucking set because they do like the sit down, they do the fucking hands, the phone with the flashlights. That's all things I do think you have to plan a little bit before so you know which song.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just like, yo, give me the mic, start playing. Like, okay, we're going hip hop.
And I gave him the mic, not the drinks. And he went for the drinks.
There's some.
But we had fun. I really had fun. I didn't, because when I got there, they were kind of playing like a lot of Latin stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Now I have to go that route as well. And I'm like, no, fuck it, because they already heard all the songs.
They already heard it, right.
Might as well play something else.
Everybody's going left, let's go
and
right.
They were very receptive. I liked it. I really loved it. So I started mixing it a little bit with Latin stuff, but I kept electronic. I kept the electronic music vibe, and they went for it, bro. Yes. I mean, I think 90% of the songs I played just came out last week.
That's why I was like, okay, I don't know this song.
No, yeah.
What am I supposed?
But you kind of feel like when the drop is coming. Or something.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? So
I just walk by, just look at the bar real quick. Okay, cool.
And I still kind of felt like it was a good mix because you still gave like some throwbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like, oh, wait, I know this one.
Yeah.
And then you
kind of balance.
The new ones, I was like, I know this one too.
Yeah.
So it was a vibe. Yeah. I had a good time.
I had a good time
me
as
too.
well.
Shout out to the person, we're not going to mention names, who kept feeding us shots.
I want to shout out. No, wait. I want to shout out Heineken Silver. First of all, I had my first Heineken Silver yesterday. I really liked it. But also shout out to the lady. I think it's the PR lady that gave me the sweater, the only sweater.
Fuck you.
And I'm gonna rock it tomorrow.
Listen,
he's like rubbing it in.
She knows who she is. She came. I'm gonna tell the story. She came up to me. Hey, Samila, you want to wear a sweater? Yeah, I'll. It's only 2. I'll take one. Not even 10 seconds later, Chucky walks up behind me. And he said, what did you say? Like something about like, oh, I like the sweater. You have large? Here, you can have it. And I'm like, this fucking bitch. She literally offered me. I say yes. 10 seconds later, he's like, yo, you can have it. And she looks at me like, Samuel, you have to understand. I get it.
It's
fucking
Chucky.
get it.
Hello.
I get it.
DJ Chucky's in the house.
I want a sweater, okay? See, I'm wearing one right now. Oh, I can wear the Heineken Silver. And it's not, it was super cloud white, like it was fucking nice.
Oh yeah, it's a great quality sweater.
He's like, I'm good.
You know, I feel like every time I'm gonna rock that sweater, I'm just gonna tag him on Instagram.
Just be like,
yeah.
Like hey, Sam, remember this? I'm like, fuck you.
So before we end off, because I think we're gonna almost end off. Like, I need to ask you, what is your favorite Suriname's dish?
All of it.
I know.
There has to be like one.
But like, if you have to go, like,
I must say sauto soup then.
Sauto soup, really?
Yeah. But I also like doksa. Doksa which is like a curry duck. It's so good.
I'm getting hungry, man.
That sounds so good.
Oh, it is good.
Oh my God! Shout out to Juni Hill and them because like they Tanta, they make sauto soup all the time for us.
Matter of fact, when I was living here in Aruba, it's funny. I just had the house, and I just got the house painted beautiful white, and my friends from Suriname came. And they're like, yo, let's go make the curry duck, right? In my backyard. But they set up with what they call a chula. A chula is like, a couple of rocks, bricks, and then wood. And then you
set the whole thing right then and there.
Set the whole thing up.
The fuck?
They were doing that in my backyard, and the food was great. But we did it at night. Next day, I see the whole wall was just black. Had to call the painters again.
That's the experience though. Sorry, that's how you get that food, that flavor.
Yeah, of course.
What's your favorite Suriname dish?
Oh my God, anything with fried rice and I just love a fried rice. I'm sorry, and the kippenlever.
Yeah, the kippenlever. Yeah, Yanti has a great kippenlever sambal with potato.
Hungry.
With the pepper. Oh my God, add a thing on your little and with the little cucumbers.
If you ask me, it's so. Surinamese food and Thai food are the best food in the world. Best.
It's very pleasing to the palates, no lie.
100%. Yeah.
But I love sushi and I love oxtails.
You know, for some reason, I don't like the. What's the typical? So they have it in Curacao as well. It's like funchi.
Funchi, yeah.
You don't like funchi?
No. I just don't like the texture.
It was like shit.
I don't like the texture. It's weird, huh?
No, but not even deep
And I
fried.
try.
What, even the deep
Not
fried
even a
funchi?
fried funchi?
No.
Chuck.
Oh my
Listen,
God, with cheese?
To make it
thanks
up,
for watching.
I
We'll
love
see you.
Johnny Cake. I love Johnny Cake.
Okay,
that's
then
my
you're
shit.
good. You're
Okay.
invited to the cookout.
yeah.
Never mind. You're good. Stop talking.
That's my shit. You know?
Nah, man. I'm burgers and fries. I'm just. It's like always.
No funchi for me.
So white.
And also, I don't like the seafood soup. Sorry.
Yeah, I can. I agree
You
with
don't like? Okay, wait. What type of seafood? Not like
seafood
oyster.
The
like oyster soup?
what's it called? Carco or whatever.
Tropical coke.
What is that?
You don't like that?
No, that's not my vibe. No.
I do like
love-
oyster soup. I like oyster soup. I do
Oyster
like
soup.
oyster. Yeah. Get a little jelly in there.
No way. No, not me, bro. No.
Damn.
It's only, but you know what? It's only, and that's what I learned in Aruba. Like, we make like a lot of chicken soup, right? And it's only in Aruba I learned to put corn in it. So you slice up the corn and put it in the soup. I love that shit.
Corn is my thing.
And then you guys put like lemon in the soup, which I find kind of weird, but I get it.
That's a Latin thing too. I noticed.
Yeah.
A lot of Latinos like it. They put
With the lemon in the soup?
Yeah, they put on the wedge on the side. Like you ready?
Lemon everywhere on the chicken.
It's a no for me though.
Yeah.
No, same.
So yeah.
I think I have one more question. I mean, I have a fuckload of questions. I think because we're actually going to be going to Holland in August. So we're going to come sit in your little studio in The Hague, and we're going to do a part 2 of this episode, of this interview.
Yeah, I feel free to come record an episode in my studio, man. I'm proud of the
baby.
studio. I'm really proud of the studio. You know,
We need a home base in different cities. Like, if we have a guest in Den Haag, like, yo, Clyde, can I come?
I feel like this is the thing because you have until August. So I feel like by August, I want you to develop like an artist, and then we'll do your artist in there.
Cool.
All right.
Got you.
Whoever your artist is, you have until August to develop an artist.
Say no more, fam.
All right. And they gotta have a hit. They gotta be having a hit that we
you know
can
what's
like
funny?
start to promote.
I've been working a lot with Rich Kalash lately.
What? With that someone? Wait, what is
My
this?
son produced 2 tracks for him.
Huh?
Yeah, my
Stop.
son. Yeah, sick, insane.
That last album, Pareda City for Life,
Yeah.
sick shit.
He's
Shout out to
actually
Rich
someone I
Kalash.
wanna
I love that dude, man. I really got a lot of love. Like, you wouldn't think that me and Rich Kalash would work together in some way, but
Sick.
no, he's a great musician.
He's actually someone on our list that we want to interview for
No,
sure.
I'm scared. I'm
Well,
scared.
by the time, I think we should do Rich Kalash.
Let's do
Okay.
it. August.
If he's up for it.
End of
Yeah,
August.
that's why. Like, find out, cause like.
But that's
No,
why
I'll make it.
nobody will ever know we did an interview until like weeks later it comes out.
Yeah,
Like,
but I don't know how they feel about like I'm extra, so
Yeah,
find out.
No,
first.
we'll figure it out, but,
And he's
like-
like a gangster.
no.
No, you know what?
He's a nice person, but he's a gangster still. You're not gay. You wouldn't know. Shut up.
All right.
Oh, that's what you're going with? Like,
Yeah, that's the hell where the fuck I'm going with
you should
that.
ask, hey, so how you feel about gay people? Oh, I love him. Shark, we're on. Let's go.
Nigga, they sing all the time in them songs. Like, Guy Marico. I was like, okay.
No, that's. I think.
Shark, them dodging bullets. Like, yo.
Say no more,
I think
fam.
if people are not confident enough about themselves, they're kind of scared of.
This guy is confident about everything about himself.
Well, not him, but
No, that's why I'm good.
But they
is
are
the
the
ones.
Yeah.
So,
All right, sure. When you get in the yo, que daqui gozua. Começa.
let me ask you this.
Shark.
It's a good moment. You ever had a gay experience?
what?
What? Be more
DJ
specific.
Chucky's in
That is now we gotta put him on.
Hey,
You ever had a
listen,
gay experience?
This is the part where we interview you. You don't have to ask us questions, all right?
He's like next
Okay, but
time-
what do you say? Like, see, me asking that question, you're like, oh wait, so you did do something. I've never had a gay experience, but like, be more specific. What do you mean? Because this motherfucker comes up to me all the time, hugs me, gives me a kiss on the cheek. I'm like, cool with that.
I did it with a lot of my straight friends.
Okay,
though.
let me do it different. Would you suck? Would you suck for $1 million?
If I'm broke, if I'm broke, I'll be like, nah, man.
For $1 million?
Listen, you can either suck dick or fly in a plane and go to fucking New Year parties for $1 million. Because in my case, I'm not DJ Chucky, so I'm gonna have to suck dick for $1
So
million.
you're not flying the plane, obviously.
You're sucking some dick for sure.
Somebody
Get on
offered
their
me money
knees,
and
man.
I'm fucking broke and nobody will ever find out about it. Fuck it.
A lot of people would.
Nah.
A lot of guys won't admit it, but a lot of them would do it.
Nah. I got people
I
offered.
think he would do it for
No, I
less.
pay. Whoa. $1 million. Fuck you. I got people offered me money. Like, yo, I'll give you this much. You understand? Like, nah. Like 10,000, 25,000 florins. I'm like, nah.
You got offered 25,000 florins to get your...
No, yeah, so this guy can suck my dick. I'm like, nah, fam. Nah.
So what did you do with the money?
I
bought
invested in
equipment.
my house.
That's
He bought
why he
equipment.
bought all the setup.
You know
I'm
that
like, yo,
video?
I'm like, you got great stuff for the podcast, bro.
Well, that's how I invest, you know?
What's your dick is worth?
This whole studio.
I see he feels kind of uncomfortable now. That's
I
funny.
am. So that's why we're moving on to the next question. No, it's going to be the last one. It's about, is it voltage or voltage?
Voltage. It's
I want to know, like, what is your goal with this brand? Because obviously it's dedicated
Yeah.
to somebody close to you. So what is
so eventually I want to turn it into a festival. You know,
Nice.
it's already cool. It's more like a lifestyle brand. We started doing like shirts and stuff, and there's like a super high demand for the shirts, or even these simple hats.
hat looks dope,
People
though.
just wanna, So eventually, I wanted to turn it into a festival, and I feel like to make it unique, I want to create an album, and I want to do the album like twice a year. But this album is for new talent. So it's like a platform, So
Yeah.
I would have like songs from Aruban kids or Curacao, whatever, for Suriname.
That's the fuck I'm talking about.
That's. I always try to. I feel like I think that's the most important thing. That once you reach a certain stage or status, to give back in a
give
certain
back.
way.
100%.
And that's
I
what
agree.
what I'm trying to do in my way.
fully agree?
Yeah, man.
And I love that you're doing it with the arts,
Yeah, exactly.
It's the thing that's the one thing a lot of these kids don't even get to express themselves. It's like they don't have money for a lot of certain things, but the one thing they do know how to do is that one thing that they're really good at. And they don't get opportunities because who's looking in those directions,
Yeah.
So, and you probably give them a taste of like real quality also. Like, nah.
Definitely.
this is what
I share my experience, I'm not like Mr. Know-It-all, but I can at least share my experience, and you just pick whatever you need from that, I think I'm doing the same thing with Steve as well. And I don't want to say that I developed him, but I think I gave him some really good pointers.
You were definitely part of his process.
He admits to it. So
Yeah,
it's,
he did.
Yes, you
No,
did.
but I think that's great. I think that's how you develop greatness, and I think he's well on his way.
100%.
I agree.
100%.
Oh, well, Clyde, Chucky, it's an hour and a half. Let's go, baby.
Oh, done.
Nah, man. Hey, first of all, thank you for being on the show with us.
Sure.
Definitely looking forward to even more now to Holland, sitting in that studio.
Yeah.
Whoever artist you're gonna bring on the show, we're looking forward to that. We hope as well that when we're there's a Voltage party going on.
Yeah.
So Shark can go on the stage and do his thing.
No.
Twerk.
Well, you want to go on stage and twerk?
I'll twerk.
That's
but,
what I'm saying.
No, I'm over it.
But he's like, what the fuck?
I'll
Nah,
go on
but thank you for being on the show. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, man.
And
It's an honor.
yeah, anything you want to
Thank you
plug?
for having me.
If you want to plug anything,
Yeah, so Voltage, the album coming out soon. Be on the lookout for that.
when it's out, let us know. We'll put it on all our socials.
And for the rest, it's just DJ Chucky's in the house.
Yo, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.
Ew.
Bye, guys. Awesome, man.